So here we are. Here we are again with our friend, the egg. Why, you might ask, do I always start with an egg? It's just a really good training tool, and I just enjoy teaching that way. Okay, and I think it's really cool for you guys to learn that way. So look, you guys see shadows very differently than I do because you're looking from the top. Okay, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to watercolor this egg. Now, I'm going to start with whatever color I'm deciding it's going to be, and because it's closest to me, I'm going to use blue. Okay, and the first thing I'm going to do is I might lay out just a little bit of water first because I'm all about just making sure that it can blend without any problems. There's a little bit of tint on this because I didn't clean off my brush the way I should, but that's okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to outline the shape with water, okay? Not a lot, because I want to have control over this, okay? Remember, the more water you use, the less control you have, the cooler effects you get. But on the other hand, you don't have the control that you might need to really master this technique. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little blue on it. And again, remember, we talk about always looking for the darkest parts first. And, watercolor is all about layering. I didn't like that, so I just wiped it away. And so layering means that you don't have to start with your dark, really dark right away. You can just kind of slowly move into it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, again, it looks different for you than it does for me. I'm going to kind of outline the dark part of this, okay? And I use a pointy brush, and then I'm going to fill it in. Now, you have to be careful with filling it in. You want it to be very flat, otherwise it'll look like there's the different things going on. Sometimes it creates volume. So here I have my dark part right now. And you know what? There's also what's called reflected shadow. So it's a little darker here. So I'm going to do that first. And this is easier for me to always start with the darkest part first because it kind of just anchors what I'm going to be doing, okay? So I start with the shadow. Now I'm going to take off the extra paint and just very lightly start adding, just adding tints to it, okay? Um, where I see that they need them the most, okay? So first I'm going to go around and I'm going to figure out what's darker, okay? So this thing is bleeding. So when it bleeds and I don't want it to, I just take off the extra with a little corner, okay? Don't let the watercolors beat you up, okay? You're in control, or as much as we ever are in control of anything. Okay. So again, outlining, okay? And I'm just getting basic shapes down. And this is a really good training tool for you to see the basic shapes. So here I go. I'm kind of outlining it now in watercolor. And it's a little hairy for my taste, but we'll get that fixed. And I'm going to make sure that I have this line here a little cleaner, okay? This takes some practice. So it's gonna take you a while to get it the way you want it to, but I'm pretty happy with it right now. And again, I'm just using really light amount of paint. And right here, I can see that the egg is a little lighter actually than the outside. So I'm going to scoop some of this up, take some of that out. Right here it's dark. And as you can see, I'm just slowly building my egg. Okay, so here it's darker than the paper, but up here it's a little lighter than the paper. So I'm going to bring this out and darken this edge here. Okay. I actually really enjoy this in a weird way. Okay, and now I see that it's much darker here. There's like a little bit of a ring right here. There we go. And then right here it's darker. And right here it's darker. Okay. And in the middle, it's much lighter. Okay. So now I have pretty much basically how I want it to look. So now I'm going to use pretty much a dry, clean brush, and I'm going to blend it just with the brush. I don't have any paint on the brush because I have most of the paint down where I want it. It's not quite where I need it to be yet, but very close. Now you see this line between the white? So I'm going to blend that in just by using kind of a light brush, okay? Just a brush with no paint on it. Just picking that up and blending that in. So you can see I keep taking off the extra water. And don't worry if you lose your form a little bit. We'll get that back. Don't worry about things. All right? It'll all be good. Now, I'm starting to like how it's looking a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to take off the extra here. And what I'm trying to do is really closely observe what's going on with Mr. Egg here, okay? So it's dark here. Okay. Well, I just gave him a mustache, so we're going to get rid of that. Hold on. If you don't like something you did, you just kind of wipe it away. All right? As much as you can. Or you pretend that you meant to do it and you just make the egg a little longer, okay? So here we go. Okay. So at this point, I'm going to spread that out, okay? And again, I'm not adding too much water. I just want to spread that out with a little bit of water. At this point now, I'm going to make the egg look a lot more delineated. I'm going to do a little line. Oh, no, don't go anywhere, egg. Don't go anywhere. Stay there. Okay, well, it's kind of different now, but that's all right. We're just going to work with what we got. If you notice, I'm using dry on dry almost. So you can see I'm not using a lot of paint. I mean, I'm not using almost any water, just to make sure I have that nice sharp line between the egg. I just kind of took off the egg here. Between the egg and the shadow, okay? So I want to make sure that that's nice and crisp. Okay? Yeah. And then I'm going to crisp it over here on this side so that it looks more like an edge. You don't want the edge of your egg to be like, you know, fluffy or whatever. Okay? And I'm going to darken this maybe a little bit here. Again, I'm using almost no water. I'm just using a lot of control here, okay? And again, if you lose control, just, you know, be okay with that. Be okay with whatever happens because it's just going to happen anyway. All right? And then now I'm just going to, again, I'm going to blend a little bit here using kind of a dry brush, making sure that, see here at this edge, we've lost this edge. So I'm going to add a little edge there. Okay, bring that out because it was a little darker there. Get rid of that little nose thing there. And more or less, here's your egg, okay? It looks a little different. Well, the egg moved. Damn it. Now, I can do this all day. I can keep refining this and enjoying it, but I think it's kind of boring to watch somebody else draw an egg. But that is how you attack an egg, all right? Enjoy.